Hi team, I'm just getting a little bit intimate with my DualSphere today, so I'm going to use it first of all in that traditional spot where you'd expect it to be used. The DualSphere shape obviously lends itself to putting the spine in between. So here we are. What I wanted to show you is a couple of ways that we can actually just enhance the use of this, because we can just place it there on vibrate and let it kind of work those tissues either side of our spine, our erectors, and as we go up through here, rhomboids. But if we add movement, we just get a completely different effect. So what I'm suggesting you do is you get that in a spot, and what you actually do is, first of all, hands behind your head, just lift your torso up and then down. Then take your arms, do the snow angel, then take them into different angles of reach, both out from your body and across your body. I'll do the same on the other side. Across, across, across. And then finally, take your legs one way and the other way. Then support your head. Take it with you if you can. Take it with you. And then just bring yourself a little inch higher and repeat the same process. So lift and return. Then snow angels. Then multi-directional reaches outwards with an open chest and then across the chest into different directions. Again, the same on both sides. And then finally, at long last, you get to your legs. Take them one way and then the other. So we can work that all the way up your back as we go. Now, I'm just going to turn that off for a moment. Then I want to show you another part I really like to work on is actually under here. I've gone too far. Under here for behind the knee and into the calf. So again, this DualSphere is really great for working into these areas because of the shape of it. Anything that's kind of round, curved, it actually works really beautifully on those areas because obviously it can hold those in position, but actually put the emphasis either side of the curve. So here we are. We're starting behind the knee. Now, you might think I'd start on the calf, but I'm actually going to start behind the knee because what I'd love to do is actually work in to both the tendons that come up from the calf and down from the hamstring, but also behind the knee we've got a nice lymph node cluster there as well. So it's the same idea. We're going to pin the tissue and then work the tissues around it. So here we are. So first up, I've pinned that tissue. I'm going to lift a little bit, drag my butt into rotation, then plant my butt. Point the toes, pull the toes back up, take my foot one way, take it the other way, then I'm going to move down the calf. In other words, my butt's going to go away from the DualSphere. We get that lined up a little bit better. So now we're at the top of the gastrocs, kind of where they split into tendons there. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift and drag my butt into rotation first of all. Point the toes, pull the toes towards you, take them left, take them right, then move to the next spot. Make sure you're not losing it. It does want to move a little bit because of the nature of your movement. So you may ask, why on earth do I put all of this movement in to each of my releases? Well, here's the thing. I'm using a concept called relative motion, and that's not having playful fun with your relatives. It's actually pinning one area and moving the other areas of the body around the area. So in relativity, this is in a different place. So if I'm here, that's the same as me doing this, all right? So we're actually driving the top part of your body or above the area at the site actually into rotation there, which creates a rotational force behind the knee, even though it's not moving. And here we have a sagittal plane force behind the knee, even though it's not moving. And here again, we have both a frontal and rotational, transverse plane movement happening behind the knee, even though it's not moving, and onward. So effectively, we're dragging those tissues away from that area in different angulations. Now, if you happen to have a bit of a look at things like the myofascial system, muscles and connective tissue, which is my kind of specialist area, then what you'll know is that those tissues go in multiple directions. So if you can create multi-directional forces on each particular point of the body, then you get a bigger result for each area that you're trying to work on. So there's two ways in which you can use the DualSphere, using relative motion to create a pumping effect on both the hydration, i.e. water, on the lymphatic system, on the circulatory system, i.e. blood, and also to create a shearing force so that we actually get better slide and glide between the tissues of the body. And that's just a couple of things that you can do with my friend the DualSphere. I hope you found that useful, and try doing this concept of pinning tissues and creating relative motion around them with your own tools. We'll move on and do the roller next week. Look forward to seeing you then.